Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dino, back with another For Honor video. Actually, I think this is my first For Honor video, which is surprising because this is by far my most played game. And today I'm gonna be bringing y'all some Highlander gameplay. Now, Highlander is my most played character. I do only have 10 reps on him, but I've gotten tips from some of the best Highlanders pretty much in the game. One of them to name is Basthehabibi. You can look him up, that name, on all of his socials. I'll link him down in the description. But yeah, today I'm going to be going over a Highlander guide for all you players who want to get into Highlander and if you're at a low level. Now, what you'll see at low levels a lot is you'll just see this combo right here. Because, you know, you're new to the game, people can't really parry the lights. So you'll see a lot of this. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The higher you get up in the ranks, the worse that's going to be, because people will start parrying your lights. And if you just keep doing that, it's going to be an easy win for them every time. So, the first tip I will give you guys for playing Highlander is master this stance right here. This offensive stance is your bread and butter with him. You can do a lot of cool things. Your main move you're going to want to do when you're in this stance is that attack, just the light. Now, it'll feel like you're lighting a lot, and I understand that, and you may feel scummy, but you got to understand, once you get higher up in these levels and you're playing against better people who are reaction gods, sometimes these lights are going to be your best friend. So yeah, second thing you're going to want to master with Highlander, and this is probably one of his most important because it's the only defensive move you can do while in offensive stance. Excuse me. And this is this move right here, the wave dash. Now, this is actually a pretty simple move, to be honest with you. All it is you're dodging and flicking your stick to the other side. And just keep repeating that. You don't even need to worry about dodging attacks right now. Just get this down. This is basically the only defensive move I'd say that you have. For example, if we go to custom moveset, we go to chains. Or no. Let's go to... is there a triple light in here? It's not. Oh, here we go. Let's try that one, and then... I wish her light attack was in here. That'd be cool. Alright, so with this, you would be... I'm messing it all up right now. With this, it's easy to get punishes, and it's very easy to... get punishes. It's a great way to get damage. Now, what I wanted her to do is to dodge forward and to do the triple light, because you can actually dodge all three of those lights by doing that right there. So yeah, your punish that you want to do after you dodge an attack, and it's not the same on everybody, so you're going to have to just play Highlander and kind of understand, you know, what to do, when to do it. But it's your kick 99% of the time. Your kick is going to be your punish that you're going to do the most. Besides like dodge, recovery, cancel people, I would say, let me change this. I'm making myself look stupid. I promise I have hours on this guy. But okay. Yeah, 99% of the time you're gonna want to follow that up with a kick, and that's just a free heavy, which is 30 damage on Highlander. Highlander is a super hard hitter. Now, another thing you're going to want to learn how to do, how to mix up, is how to, like, the hardest thing about Highlander, in my opinion, is getting comfortable in his offensive stance. A lot of people aren't used to not having the guard up, and that's totally understandable, but you need to get comfortable in this stance. Wave dashing, it's super... The whole reason I fell in love with this character was because he was super flashy in his own way. You know, he's not like a Orochi where, you know, you can do some crazy deflects or some, crazy plays, but in his own unique way. Like, he's the hardest character to play in this game. And he has that name for a reason. His attacks are super slow, especially when he's in defensive form. His mix-ups aren't great. But that's the fun of playing him, is you need to be able to read your opponent, and be able to react to certain things. Now, you may be asking yourself, Dino, how do I get into my offensive stance? If I just hold this down, I'm getting punished every time. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a little bit of space between you and the opponent. Now, you can do it right up in their face, because what you're going to do is you're going to backstep light. His backstep light covers the most ground in the whole game. Let's see if we can get her against the wall so I can just show y'all without her walking towards me as much. See, I was right up in her face. See how much distance I made up right there? If she tries to light me right here, she can't. And if she does, we're just going to wave dash out of it. It's just, you need to learn your matchups. Like, Shinobi is one of the hardest matchups a Highlander can face against, because of his backflip and his kick and his undodgeable. It's really rough, because he can go and kick you into his undodgeable, and if you're in this stance, you may have time to feint and go back into it, but sometimes that doesn't work. Now, eventually, your opponents will start catching on that you're just immediately going into it from a backstep. We don't want that. So what you do is if you notice, like, let's say right here, if she were to dodge forward light me right there, she would get a hit, because I don't have enough time to wave dash out of that. So what you're going to do is you're going to mix up going into your mode that you're doing your mix-ups with. So basically what I mean with that is, backstep light, it works, but if she dodge forward lights me, it's going to catch me. See, and that's another thing with Highlander too. He has very good range, and it's sneaky as well. A very good move to do is, if you're all the way back here, and they're kind of just staring at you, waiting for you to do something, don't get nervous and push, because that's just a free light punish. What you're going to want to do is literally just backstep heavy, and a lot of people don't understand how large his weapon is in the hitbox for it. A lot of people don't expect it coming. Like, if they dash in, that's when you're either going to want to do your kick into heavy, or just catch them with the heavy. Alright, so I don't know what we're on, 3, 4. The fourth thing we're going to go over is mix-ups to do in offensive stance. Now, when you're in offensive stance, you have, I believe it's 4 moves. You have light, heavy, kick, and grab. Now, some things that players don't know about Highlander is you can actually feint his unblockable into a light. You can't switch the sides or anything, but it's kind of cool. It's not too useful, because if they go to dodge that, I mean, there's just a better, like, if they go to parry it, you should kick and get the 30. Another thing I see a lot of low-level Highlanders do is they try to get their opponent with this mix-up right here. And that works for actually a pretty decently long time, but there's actually a window where you can dodge both the kick and the grab. So your bread and butter in this stance is really just lighting, and you're going to want to throw some taunts in there as well. Now we'll go over that in the next section of the guide. But your lights are pretty much what you're going to want to do. Now, with that, if you're going against a reaction god, I mean, Highlander does really poorly against reaction gods. You have to outplay them, play very defensively, try and go for punishes, try and go for reads, stuff of that nature. But his lights are super quick. You can just keep pressing it. They don't take up too much stamina, I don't believe. No, none at all. You can get God knows how many of these in there. But they are hard to parry. They're pretty hard to block, but once you get up there in those levels, you know, you kind of expect what's coming, and that's where this taunt move comes in. Your taunt is just your emote in offensive form. Now, if you look at the animation, it looks kind of similar to the light. Now, it may not from this angle, but when you're going against a Highlander, you know, it's pretty difficult to kind of tell what they're going to do when they're taunting. And what you're going to want to do with this taunt is you're going to try and bait a dodge attack. You're going to try and bait that out. Or if you, let's say you're just been doing this all game, and they're trying to go for parries now. What you do is, do that, throw one. Do that, throw one. And the main thing that you're going to want to utilize with this taunt is you can actually switch the side mid-taunt and throw the light immediately. So if you switch your guard, see, like I switched the guard in the middle there, it just isn't coming up because I'm not pressing light. But if you press light in the middle, it immediately comes out on the other side. Highlander has an animation where he flips his side when he does it. In this one, it's just straight to that side. It's very glitchy, I'm not going to lie. And then, yeah, from there, it's really just mix-ups. A lot of people, if you're catching them with a kick a lot, they'll start dodging whenever they see orange. And that's a good time to throw a raw heavy. So yeah, now let's go over his punishes. His punishes, I believe, are the same for both. And that is throw, light, into offensive stance, into heavy. Total of 42 damage. Let's set her to parry. Yeah, it's the same punish. I don't believe I can get anything more there. Yeah, that's not safe. So, that will be your punish. It's going to be light into unblockable. It doesn't matter what side, as long as it's the unblockable. You can do light into heavy. It just... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't even do less damage. So, yeah, you can just do light and heavy. That's actually something I just learned, so that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, save the stamina. Absolutely save the stamina. Now, one thing with Highlander that's, you know, pretty bad, I would say, besides him as a whole, off a guard break, you cannot get a heavy. You can't get a heavy, you have to go for a light. Now, this is good in some ways because it goes straight into your stance. Now, what you want to do is, if they're ever near a wall and you have the stamina to spend, you're going to want to guard break them, throw them into the wall, and get your heavy. And I believe you can also... Yeah, you can go straight into your offensive stance. So I'm sure that saves you a little bit of stamina. It might not. But yeah, the rest of it is really coming down to matchups and learning how to defend against, you know, those harder heroes. Like, if you struggle against Hitokiris, you're probably going to struggle with them more when you're on Highlander at first. Until you master this move right here, the wave dash is, in my opinion, the most important thing you can learn on Highlander. Because it's... Like I said, it's not really a defensive move, but it is at the same time. Because if I don't wave dash, I mean, it's pretty slow. But if I am wave dashing, I can just consistently go. See, look at how slow that is. But if I wave dash, I can just keep... I messed it up there. I can just keep going. And, you know, it works. And also, a little bonus... because this took me a very long time to figure out how to do. because I would go against, you know, those Rep 70 Highlanders, and they would all be doing this right here. So basically what you want to do for that is you want to go into your offensive stance and just spam left and right on your right stick, and just spam the hell out of your emote button. It'll give you this cool animation. And if you're like, if your controller setup warrants, if your controller setup is set up to where you can do this without having to do anything weird with your fingers or your thumbs, it can actually be used for a pretty solid mix-up. You know, it's, I don't know. I know I don't use it, and I do pretty well because I don't have a need to. It's too extra. It's too much in the middle of a fight. But I'm not gonna lie, it has caught me off guard a couple of times. Cause you're not expecting anything to come out of that. Like, so yeah. But anyways, guys, that was a beginner's guide to Highlander. If you guys have any questions at all, drop them down in the description, in the comment section below. I will be tagging Basthehabibi in the comments. He is a great streamer. You guys should definitely go check him out. And yeah, if you guys want another one of these, a more advanced guide, I kind of went over everything in here. I didn't go into a lot of depth on certain things just because it would have taken a long time. Highlander is a very complicating character to learn. But yeah, if you guys want more, just let me know, and I will happily make more. I love making videos. It's honestly, it's my passion. It's my dream job for sure. I'm about to graduate high school, so if you guys could, you know, drop a like or drop a sub, leave a comment, that would be so greatly appreciated. You guys have no idea. But anyways, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want more, just drop them in the comments below. Hit that sub, hit that bell if you can, if you want to. If not, totally understand. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.